Hi there, friends. Great to see you right here on our Facebook stream, our social media stream, our digital stream. We are with you here on this Sunday evening. We have a couple of things to talk about for the near term. We have some rain, some snow developing in the region, and we also have some very cold air coming in for the end of the week, for the holiday weekend, Thanksgiving in just a few days. The coldest air of the season, not too far away. It is relatively mild right now. So let's get into your discussion here. First, let's talk about Green Bay, 41 degrees. We have some showers developing, rain showers. How about that football game? We had the Packers blowing out the 49ers, and let's hope for a similar result on Thursday night, but it's going to be much, much colder if you are going to the game on Thursday night relative to what we've had so far today in the area. So not too bad here in Green Bay right now. Speaking of the game on Thursday night, Dolphins and Packers, game time temperatures will be in the 20s, and it is going to be brisk, to say the least, with a bit of a breeze, and our temperatures will be, or feel like temperatures will be down into the low 20s by the fourth quarter of Thursday night's game. So plan accordingly here later on. For comparison purposes, for anybody coming up from Miami, it's going to be a shock to the system down in Miami on Thursday. 83 degrees, and for us here in Green Bay, northeastern Wisconsin, low to mid-30s, and it's going to be quite chilly. So good luck to folks from Miami coming on up to the frozen tundra, right? It's going to be a big shock. We're used to it, though. And we have the coldest air of the season coming on in. It's been building up in Canada. This will be in here by next Friday, or the coming Friday, Black Friday, and next weekend. It is going to be quite chilly. And just a preview of Thanksgiving weekend. I know we're looking at some snow possibilities for tonight. We're going to get into that discussion in just a split second, but I just want to give you that first alert here that our Thanksgiving weekend is going to be chilly. Thursday, 34 Thanksgiving Day, brisk breezes all weekend long. Upper 20s, going to go with 29 on Friday, mid-20s Saturday and Sunday. And our temperatures at night will be down into the teens by the weekend. Wind chills could be in the single digits above and below zero as well. So that's where we are headed later on this week, just in time for the holiday weekend. And if you're thinking we're going to get a lot of significant snow with the cold air, think differently, because we don't really have a lot of significant snow that's going to come our way in general. But tonight and tomorrow, we do have snow possibilities, especially in the north, where temperatures will be around or below freezing tonight and tomorrow. And this is a look at First Alert Viper Max at 8:08 here on our Sunday evening, rather. It's 32 in Anago, 32 in Rhinelander, 32 in Iron Mountain, and we have temperatures that are right around freezing. So those areas up here are going to be looking at either some wet snow or wintry mix turning to snow this evening, whereas the Fox Valley is right around 40 degrees, and we don't really expect things to be changing tonight or for most of tomorrow in Green Bay or Appleton or these areas down farther to the south. So I don't really anticipate any major issues for Green Bay and the Fox Valley here as far as wintry weather tonight or tomorrow. We should be smooth sailing for the commute tomorrow, just going to be looking at some wet pavement. But farther north, where it's colder, it's going to be basically stuck around freezing or slightly below over the next 24 hours here as the system gets a little bit more organized. There's an area of low pressure down in Iowa. This is moving to the east, and we have some snow that is beginning to blossom in the colder air and some showers here where it's still around 40. And this is going back into the Dakotas, so this is going to fill in a little bit as we go throughout the course of the night. And just to break it down a little bit more for you here, we're really thinking the Northwoods, 2 to 5 inches of snow possible this evening, tonight, and tomorrow. There could be some slippery spots for sure, snow-covered highways that will slow down your travel speeds across the Northwoods into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan tonight and tomorrow. But farther south, including the Fox Valley, it's going to be mainly rain, maybe a few flakes late as we start to cool down just a little bit late tomorrow afternoon. But I'm not really too concerned about any snow here in the Green Bay area, Appleton, the Lakeshore. No major concerns at this time. So our snow forecast really has been consistent for the last day or two. We think the higher odds of this 2 to 5 inch potential is going to be up here north of Wausau to Anago, maybe far northern parts of Akano and Marinette counties up in here, up into the Iron Mountain area, the UP. This is where we think the best chance of these totals will be. The higher end totals will likely be right around the UP border here, Florence and Forest counties, up towards areas to the northwest of there and north of there into the UP. So farther south, this is all going to be in the form of liquid precipitation, we do believe, at this point. That's the latest trends here. And this is our updated run of Predictor, the in-house graph model here. Things have kind of bumped up just a little bit from what we had earlier. So I've got a 2 to 5 inch range up here, and this is about what we're thinking. Could be some slightly higher totals in some spots here. This is going to be some slushy snow. So again, areas from Wausau to Lakewood to northern part, obviously north of Marinette, and over towards Escanaba. Up in here is going to be a sharp cutoff between some pretty good snow and not so much or nothing. And that's the breakdown here. So the Northwood's really going to bear the brunt of the snow, which is actually good news if you are a hunter and you want to have some snowpack on the ground. We're actually going to get it tonight and tomorrow, and it could actually stay up here for a good chunk of the rest of the gun deer season in Wisconsin, because it's going to be turning much colder after tomorrow here. So we're going to get some snow, and then it's going to turn much, much colder. So the official winter weather advisories are for tonight and tomorrow. This is for areas just to the northwest of our quote-unquote official coverage area in the Green Bay TV market. However, it looks like some of the snow could actually get down just a little bit farther south of the official advisories. So from Antigo to Lakewood, northern parts of Marinette County, these areas too that are not under the advisories, just be forewarned. You are close to where there could be a couple of inches of snow here. So this is for tonight and tomorrow morning. There's likely going to be some snow-covered highways here tonight and tomorrow morning, reduced travel speeds, perhaps some reduced visibility. So if you are traveling from Green Bay to the north late tonight and tomorrow morning, you will likely encounter this. If you live up here, you will of course encounter it if you'll be out and about on the highway. So let's just break down our model comparison. This is for the Lakewood area. And again, the model consensus pretty good on this 2 to 5 inch range up here. So this is where we think things could be a little bit more focused across our far north into the Northwoods and the UP, not so much in the Fox Valley or the Green Bay area or the Lakeshore Door County area. So that's the way it's looking right now. So let me time this out with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. We're going to break this down. Our model is actually doing a pretty good job with the overall situation. We have rain showers developing, temperatures in the low 40s, Green Bay, Appleton, Fond du Lac, Manitowoc. But up here to the north, we're around freezing now. We'll dip maybe a degree or two down to about 30 or 29 during the overnight hours here. As that moisture continues to overrun the cold air, get on top of it and come on down, it's going to produce some snow, but areas to the south, we're just going to be hovering around 40 degrees here in the Fox Valley tonight. So this is 6 o'clock in the morning. We think that the snow-covered highways, the reduced travel speeds will be up here across the north tomorrow morning into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So just plan accordingly. If you plan on being up here, traveling tonight, tomorrow, if you live up here, if you're watching the stream from up there across the Northwoods into the UP, you know, it's great to have you on the stream tonight, and just plan accordingly. It looks like it's going to be a little bit wintry, could be a little bit of a slow go tomorrow morning and even into tomorrow afternoon. But farther south, no major issues aside from, let me go back to that. No major issues aside from some wet highways here. Tomorrow afternoon about noon, still a chance for some wet weather in the valley and the lakeshore. The frozen precip is going to be more concentrated back to the northwest. And where you see the darker blues here, this is where there could be some locally heavy snow that's falling at noon tomorrow, and some steadier showers farther to the south here in the valley. And by late tomorrow afternoon, the whole system is going to start to exit. Our temperatures will finally start to lower tomorrow afternoon late as they become more northwesterly. These winds become more northwesterly, and we'll start to usher in that colder air. So we'll start dipping into the 30s area-wide by early tomorrow evening. The system pulls away, and as you can see here, there could be a few snowflakes around the Fox Valley late but it's really not going to cause any major issues. That's the way it's looking right now. Going into our Tuesday, we start out in the 20s and teens. It is going to be brisk. Wind gusts could be 25 plus here during the day Tuesday. Highs will only be in the low to mid 30s. It will be a little bit of a brighter day, but it's definitely going to feel more like winter with our wind gusts that could be 25 plus and our wind chills. Check this out. This is for Tuesday. Could be down into the mid to low teens. That's the feel like factor with those breezes. And get prepared for these breezes as we get into the holiday weekend, because it is going to be chilly, to say the least. We haven't had an extended outbreak of cold air for so long. We've had tastes of some chilly air, but we haven't really had this kind of cold air since last winter. Now let's time things out if you're looking at traveling, or if you're staying here and just want to know what's going on for the holiday weekend as a whole across the region. Wednesday's looking pretty decent for travel. A lot of folks may be traveling a day early for Thanksgiving. Can't totally rule out a few snowflakes around. Variably cloudy skies. We'll still be in the 30s here, but it should be pretty quiet overall. Going into Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, again, it doesn't look like we're going to have a lot of snow action around here on Thursday. With winds from the northwest off Lake Superior, there could be some snow showers or lake effect snow showers continuing in the UP. Some of that could drift down into northern and northeastern Wisconsin on Thursday. I don't really foresee too many major problems. We are in the 30s. Minneapolis is going to be back into the 20s here, and that is a sign of things to come. Going into our Friday, we will be struggling into the mid to upper 20s here, we think. Again, snow showers could be continuing across parts of the UP. There's probably going to be a lot of lake effect here now going into this week with the cold air coming in. The lake water is still pretty warm after a very warm fall, and this cold air is going to continue rushing in. So we've got some teens out in Minneapolis on Friday, and also Saturday. This Saturday afternoon, this 20 degrees is probably a few degrees too cold relative to what I think the actual high is going to be, but it just tells us it is going to be quite chilly, even colder back to the west. And lake effect snow showers will likely continue across the UP. A few other weak disturbances could be coming through. So at some point here, Saturday or Sunday, even across parts of northeastern Wisconsin, there could be some snow showers here. So just don't be at all surprised if there is a little bit of passing snow across the area this holiday weekend. But I really think for the most part, it's going to be concentrated in the UP with lake effect snow shower activity. Your Sunday, mid-20s, colder back to the west. Overall, not a lot of active weather here this weekend, but it will be plenty cold, and it is going to be quite brisk and chilly. So here's the big picture for the holiday weekend. We're going to have this area of low pressure set up over here in eastern Canada. And this really is going to be in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and it's going to keep directing this cold Arctic air down into the Great Lakes, the East Coast, New England. There could be a decent chance for some snow and rain moving through New York and New England Thanksgiving and Black Friday here. So it's going to be a very winter-like weather pattern here going into our holiday weekend. Now let's talk about your wind chill. Yeah, it's going to be chilly for sure. This is the European model, so this is a little bit, this is not gospel here. I'm showing you the trend here as far as where we could be going into Thursday with our wind chills in the 20s and teens Thursday afternoon. Let's go into our Friday. Some teens in single digits. These are daytime wind chills. It's going to be even colder at night here. I don't have the pause points at the right places here, but I think our wind chills at night will be below zero in some spots here. Saturday afternoon wind chills, single digits above and below zero in the region. And let's go into our Sunday. Not too much in the way of improvement. So bottom line for your holiday weekend, a few snow showers possible, cold temperatures, bitter wind chills, and just a return to winter here going into Thanksgiving weekend. So that's what we have for you here. Now that is compared to what we're dealing with right now. So let's put things into perspective. It's pretty mild considering where we are going. We are still way above where we should be for this time of year, this time of night. It's 41 in Green Bay. It's 32 in Iron Mountain. And this is why we think the best chance of snow tonight and tomorrow is going to be across the north, because these temperatures that you see here are really not going to budge too much until late tomorrow. So colder north, better chance for snow in the north woods. No big concerns here in the Fox Valley. Now, this is the cold air that's coming down later this week as we check out the current numbers here. And yeah, it's chilly out there across Canada and Alaska, and this is finally coming our general direction. So we're not going to be this cold, but we are going to get dramatically colder from where we are right now. It's going to feel chilly, but the actual air temperature is not going to be below zero, but we're looking at 20s and teens by the weekend. So your forecast for tonight, we have some showers in the valley, low 40s, Lakeshore 2, and across the north, upper 20s to around 30, where we are expecting that snow. Again, 2 to 5 inches across the north woods into the UP tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures holding steady in the valley and slightly below freezing across the north tonight, hence the snow threat for you up to the north. And tomorrow, basically the same story for most of the day. Around freezing or slightly above in the north. That will keep that chance of snow going. In the valley and the lakeshore, we will just hover in the lower 40s before we start to cool down later on in the day. Some of those snowflakes could mix on down into the valley and point south by late tomorrow, but by then the moisture should be pulling away, and we don't really envision too many problems for the second part of our Monday here farther south. But there will be some slow going issues here tomorrow morning across the north. So I want you to tune in to Steve Balon in the morning, Action 2 News, with the very latest starting at 4:30, latest traffic and weather trends going into tomorrow morning. All right, let me pull up our 7-day full screen here, and we'll just see where we're headed. We've got 43 tomorrow, 30s up north. We start to turn colder area-wide Tuesday, brisk breezes. We mentioned those wind chills, mid to low teens, but it will be a pretty nice day. It should be okay for traveling Tuesday and Wednesday if you want to get away early for the holiday weekend. Maybe a few passing flakes on Wednesday, 35, 34 Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Most of us low to mid-30s, but it's going to feel colder on Thursday with those brisk breezes. Keep that in mind. 29 Friday, 26 Saturday and Sunday. Overnight lows will be falling into the mid-teens to low teens by the weekend. So right now our forecast low in Green Bay tonight in the Fox Valley around 40, and by the weekend our lows will be in the teens or maybe some single digits in the region with even colder wind chill. So that is where we are headed. Now, a couple of other things I want to just show you real quick. Were you at the Green Bay Holiday Parade yesterday morning? If not, this is a quick recap, 10 seconds worth of the parade as it zipped on through downtown. And I'm showing you this because we have a couple of holiday and Christmas parades coming up over the next few days here. Just want to focus on this real quick. If you are venturing to the big parade in Appleton Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, looks like we'll be partly cloudy. Winds will ease up just a little bit, 29 degrees, but the wind chill is going to be like 29. Or the actual air temperature is going to be about 29. The wind chill is going to be about 23. So it's going to be a brisk night. And in Manitowoc, it's going to be chilly on Wednesday evening for the parade there, 32 degrees with a wind chill of 26. So that is what we're looking at as far as the holiday parades going into the next couple of days here, Tuesday and Wednesday, leading into Thanksgiving. So with that, let me go back and pop up our Appleton sky cam here. You can see some of the raindrops falling down from the clouds here. And let's go back to First Alert Viper Max real quick and talk about where the current depiction of radar and rain and snow is. So we have this wet weather building on in. If you're joining the stream just a little bit late here, I want to show you that the moisture is expanding across northeastern Wisconsin. It is cold enough to support a little bit of snow or a mix up north, but so far it's just going to stay as far as the valley and Green Bay is concerned in the form of some rain. Through tomorrow across the north, 2 to 5 inches of wet snow. This could mix in with a little bit of freezing rain or sleet this evening before it switches all over to some wet snow at some point. So a mix to snow up north, 2 to 5 through tomorrow. Farther to the south, we don't really envision too many problems here. So that is the very latest going into our Thanksgiving week. I hope you're prepared. Do you have your turkey? Are you ready to have it get thawed out? I've seen a lot of people putting their turkeys out already. So hopefully you're ready for the holiday and you have a great Thanksgiving week. It's just going to get much, much colder. And for folks on the stream asking and wondering about a major snowstorm, we're not going to have any major snow this week aside from the 2 to 5 inches up north tonight and tomorrow morning. Going into the holiday itself, it looks like it's going to be fairly quiet, some light snow possible from time to time, but just cold and brisk, which I guess is long overdue considering how warm it's been for quite some time. With that, we will wrap up our little weather discussion here. We'll get you back to your regular Sunday evening, and we hope to see you on Action 2 News with the full forecast, the very latest, coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. So you have a great night and a great week and a great Thanksgiving.